What's going on? What's going on? It's Lady Dre, and welcome to Healing Sessions. I hope that you're having an amazing, abundant, prosperous, loving, fulfilling, masterful, harmonious evening. Yes, I hope this message finds you well. Okay, so really quick, I wanted to come and you already know the vibes, okay? Because you're part of the tribe. So I want to come and share some encouraging words and just share something that's been on my heart, and so. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I find it that when we're on this healing journey, right? Yes, it can be rather lonely at times, and the reality is that everyone can't come with you. You know, that's it. Everyone can't come with you. And for myself, I found that there were times, and not so much early on, but now that I'm really in a space where my healing is very important to me and I'm dedicated to the journey by any means necessary. And so I have found it that lately, even with, the endings of old cycles and the beginning of new cycles, with the endings, there have been some difficulties in just walking away. Like that's the reality. Not only walking away, but leaving things behind, leaving people behind, leaving situations behind, right? And there were times where, even for myself, I felt guilty about not being able to bring everyone along, right? As much as I wanted to bring them along, the reality was that they could not come, and for different reasons. However, it wasn't definitely to no fault of me not wanting them there, right? Because I was like, no, we all going, let's go. Like, listen. I don't know where we'll end up, but I just know, like, listen, this is the path that we on, and I'm trusting God, and this is how we're gonna do this, right? And so, but the reality was that everybody couldn't come, and so there were times where even for myself, I felt guilty for leaving them behind. I felt guilty for thinking that maybe I didn't do enough, maybe that, I didn't share enough. Maybe I didn't, the reality is, like, do the work for them. And the reality was I couldn't do the work for them. You know what I'm saying? And so there were times where I was left feeling guilty because it was like, I wanted them on this journey with me. I wanted them to be able to, experience the things that I've experienced, right? I wanted them to be able to, we'd be at the finish line and be like, you see what we did? You see how we've accomplished this? You see, I want to have that with them, right? And maybe it was for my own selfish reasons, you know what I'm saying? Because, if you watch some of my older videos, like, there were so many times where, I wish I had someone to be like, hey, like, how you doing? I wish I had someone to be like, hey, this is what I'm going through, and, maybe this can help, or just, just being, a fellow person that is on the healing journey that can just give you some pointers, right? Can just give you some advice and give you some inspiration, right? And so, of course, that's why I created this channel. However, the reality is that they have to do it for themselves. I can't save anyone. I can only save me. Just as well as I can only save them. You know what I mean? And I think that I was trying to do what I normally did in the past, was like, do everything. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, no, like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was a hard reality. It was a hard reality to accept because of the simple fact that for so long I sacrificed myself, to make sure everyone was good. I sacrificed the things that I needed to do for myself in order to make sure that everybody had the things that they needed, right? To have the love that they needed, to have the support that they needed, and it was like to the point where, like, now on my journey, like it's all about me. You know what I'm saying? And not on no selfish, type of stuff, but really just in a matter of that I've given so much to so many different people in my life. One, that some didn't appreciate it, some didn't even deserve it, and to be frank, they would still have me in that same space, right? That same mindset of sacrificing myself for the greater good of everyone. You know what I'm saying? And to my detriment, right? And that's not what this journey is about. That's not what this healing journey is about. That's not what this self-acceptance and self-love journey is about, right? And so I had to really not only give myself grace when it came to understanding the fact that everyone can't come along on this journey, but also giving them grace to understand that they have their own journey, right? They have their own journey that they have to live and go through. And as much as I could want to share my experiences, at the end of the day, they have to do the work. They have to want to do the work. They have to be a willing participant in their own journey. I cannot do it for them, right? And so, like I said, I don't want you to be in a space where you are feeling guilty about leaving people behind, right? Don't beat yourself up. Don't, feel bad about taking care of yourself, right? It's not about being selfish. It's not about, and I don't want to, because it can kind of sound selfish, but it's not selfish in that when you are giving from your overflow, it's all good, it's all well. But if you are constantly sacrificing yourself and depleting yourself to make sure that other people are well, make sure that other people are happy, make sure that other people are good, that's not how God is intending for you to live your life. You understand what I'm saying? And granted, and listen, and even speaking to the parents out there, listen, I know that when we have children, it's okay, I want to take care of them. I want to make sure they have everything that they need. That's what we're going to do. And I've done that for over 20 years. I've done that where I made sure that I sacrificed for my own self, to make sure that they have what they need. Because that's what good parents you would think would do, right? But even now, it's it's difficult for me to even be in a space to take care of myself and give to myself, because I'm so used to giving to somebody else first before I give to myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's no. And so it's ironic that, I am a giver, right? But when it comes to giving to myself, I find difficulty in that. You know what I'm saying? It's how is that so? You know what I mean? And so I'm even on my own journey of putting myself first and giving to myself, loving myself, and making sure that I am doing what's right for me first, right? Because I already know how I give to others. I already know how to take care of others. That's not a issue or area that's a problem, right? So they're going to be good regardless. You know what I'm saying? If you're around me, you're going to be good regardless. But I have to make sure that just as well as I'm giving and sacrificing for someone else, I have to do that for myself, right? And so that's what I've been doing, that I've been in that space where I'm sacrificing for me. So whether that's, changing up habits, releasing friends, releasing family, releasing situations, whatever it is that is creating not only healthy spaces for me and peaceful spaces for me, that's what it's all about, right? And so I want to encourage you to do not feel bad or guilty about taking care of yourself. Do not feel bad or guilty about making sure that you are in a mindset and a mind frame to be able to be your best self, be your authentic self, right? And I'm the first to tell you, I know it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. I get it. However, again, like I was saying, everyone cannot come on the journey. Everyone cannot come along for the ride, and you cannot be in a space where you keep looking back, making sure that someone can come along and it's going to be detrimental to you. Do not sacrifice yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself. Stop sacrificing yourself to make sure somebody else is good, especially when they don't even care about even being good. They don't even care about being better. They don't even care about wanting better for themselves. Stop sacrificing yourself. For what? For what? You know, and so you have to be in a space and understand that you're not being selfish by taking care of yourself. You're not being selfish by making sure that you're good. Again, I'm not saying that you're, because you don't have to be out here mistreating anybody in order for you to take care of yourself. You don't have to be out here lying, being deceitful, being manipulative to take care of yourself. So if you're doing any of those things, then you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong. Because you don't have to do any of those things in order for you to take care of yourself, to make sure that you're good, to not sacrifice for yourself. You don't have to do any of those things. So I want to encourage you, like, to make sure that you love on yourself, be your authentic self, move in with integrity, move in truth and love, and know that you are guided, you're protected, and know that, again, everyone can't come along for the ride, and that's okay. They may not be ready to be on this portion of the journey with you. You guys may meet up later on. Who knows, you know? But again, don't stop or hinder, you know, your growth and your evolution because someone can't come along. Because if it was the other way around, would they stop for you? Will they stop growing for you? Will they stop evolving for you? That's the question. So I want to encourage you, do not beat yourself up. Do not feel guilty. And know, like, listen, the people that's supposed to be there will be there. And the people that's not, then, you know, I don't know where they're going to be. I don't know where they're going to be. But, you know, it's about you evolving, you growing, and you understanding that all is well. All is well. All is well. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you being with me along this journey, right? And yeah, you know, y'all be easy.